Okay folks, everybody, it's showtime.
For many horror fanatics around the world, it is not enough to simply sit back and enjoy a scary movie. They feel the need and urge to experience the true terror in real time, in person, and in an extremely real way.
Scary movies, for me, like, it wasn't cutting it. So like, my idea of like a perfect time or a fun day was like going through a haunted house. That was me living a scary movie. Scary movies, they're scary, but not really. Normal haunted houses are scary, but not really. I used to work at one, so I know all the tricks. I wanted something more intense.
People get upset that we call it a haunted house, and it really is, but if you get upset over that, then call it a survival horror boot camp experience. I think that it really does explain exactly how it is.
I just like to entertain folks. I'm just Russ. Good guy, you know, I'm not what you think.
I loved horror. So in my mind, I didn't think that this was anything bad until I was like more involved. Like it took like months and months later, and just kind of seeing the way that Russ talks and the way that Russ manipulates people and the way that he manipulated me. I think I expected a haunt with a storyline, like literally survive your own scary movie. That's what he was telling me. That's what I was expressing that I would love to have happen, but that's not what it was. It wasn't I live my own scary movie. It was I am just tortured by Russ McKamey.
I'm your buddy. Russ is your friend. I'm the only one that's looking out for you when you're there. I'm your pal. So your pal Russ here wants to make sure you have a lovely time.
Plus, because I'm a nice guy. I really am a nice guy. And I want you guys all to know out there that we're not doing anything crazy. It's not, you know, satanic. It's nothing. It's just good old-fashioned, clean American fun with a twist to it. And that's why all the people that go through and you see them just wiped out, they become our biggest fans because they just love it and they become part of the McKamey Manor family.
From Fright Night to ghost tours or your standard haunted house attraction, there are options all around the world to experience true horror up close and personal. These can include scary music, visuals, sound effects or props, but others take extreme to a whole new level, which poses the question of where the line should be drawn. Viewer discretion is advised. Some things in this video may disturb you.
I started in 2012. It was great. It was very actually scary. People were getting scared and not hurt, and it was a great time, and it was very liked in the neighborhood, very well known, and it was a great time for the actors and for the people going through also. And that lasted for a couple years.
I don't know, I guess in the beginning, I guess I was kind of starstruck. You know, here I am, you know, in San Diego, California, with all these Facebook people watching me, and I didn't realize what was happening.
I found the video of McKamey Manor on YouTube, and I was like, oh, this looks like a legit, like, scary haunted house. That's how it was advertised. It was like a boo haunt. They could grab you, they could get physical, but it wasn't going to be anything like crazy. So,
and the original video you saw was the one like that a news thing they put on there.
It was like KTLA.
Yeah, and so it definitely wasn't, because a lot of people on Twitter are saying, oh, well, you saw the video, like you knew what you were gonna get into, but you didn't see those videos. Like you saw the one of people just going through a haunted house like any other haunted house like in the world.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
McKamey Manor doesn't compare to anything. It is one of a kind.
If I was to rate it between a 1 and a 10, I rate it a 20. This is my passion. I love it. If I didn't have this, I wouldn't be the happy-go-lucky guy I am. We're gonna cut you like a stuffed pig.
Every inch of me is disgusting, but it was worth it. It was so worth it.
You've stepped into your own horror movie. It's crazy.
The videos that you see now on YouTube from 2015, 2016, 2017, I did not have those videos to look at for reference. The videos that I saw on YouTube were from the old haunt. I also want everyone to know that I learned about the haunt, watched a ton of videos. That same day at 2 a.m. is when I sent him the message, and then the day after that is when he responded, or I guess that same day later in the evening he responded and told me I could come the next day. So it wasn't like I'd been searching on this subject or searching on McKamey Manor for days or months or years. It's something that I found, I thought was cool, and then I blinked and I was there. If I were to see the videos from my tour and the tours after me, I would not sign up for this Manor.
If you don't know what the Manor is, and you see it from the front, you're going to think, oh, this is just your standard basic little garage hunt. And it is not. Stop! Get your hands down!
I got you! No! No!
Shut up! We handcuff people and put hoods over their head, and that's frightening. Because you don't know what's coming next. You like live animals? I have a phobia of snakes really bad. I'll behave! I'll behave! It was unbelievable. I was really scared. Get away from me! Get away! I'm sorry.
If you're ever in the San Diego area, please look us up. Just go to McKameyManor.com and fill out the contact page, and we'll send you back all the details. Remember, it is reservations only. It is open year-round, and it will be your very own customized 2 to 3, maybe 4-hour tour.
Some attractions introduced paid actors to be inside with you to bring out the true horror. But although most of these places introduce the rule of no physical altercations, not all attractions share this same safety protocol.
The owner wanted to vamp things up a little more in terms of moving from a boo haunt to an extreme haunt, touching, hurting, hitting, being bound, stuff like that.
I noticed the tour started to get worse as far as like not just years after my tour, but even a month after my tour, people were leaving with significantly worse bruises than I'd had, like already really black. Their faces are more swollen, teeth are chipped, noses are broken. Different things like that started to happen.
As time went by, your videos got sicker and more disgusting, and you actually torture and abuse people. It's inhumane. What you do to people is sick.
So at that point, I was removed as an actor because I wasn't scary enough. I wasn't violent. I do not like to hurt people. So my job kind of was to talk to people who weren't okay, who had complete mental breakdowns, psychosis, loss of consciousness, and I saw so many injuries.
Russ McKamey is a horror fanatic who decided to bring that world into reality in his own extreme haunted attraction, McKamey Manor, based originally in San Diego, California before moving to Tennessee, though there is a second one in Alabama. There's actually no fee to enter the Manor House, though Russ does accept voluntary donations or food for his dogs.
So price of admission is, okay, hold your seat, sit down. It's 4 cans of dog food or a bag of dog food that we donate to Operation Greyhound, which is a rescue society for greyhound dogs, which is our passion. And we have several greyhounds ourselves that we've rescued. And so all the dog food goes to those little rascals, and they have a really rough life. And so if you guys are looking for a great dog, greyhounds are just so lovable.
You didn't pay to get in, you just donated dog food. And
for his dogs? Or did they tell you why they?
Yeah, they did, like, they had a whole bunch of dogs that they like rescued, and they would like donate the dog food. So again, I'm thinking like, these people are on a travel channel, they do this free thing, they're helping puppies,
you're like donating.
Like, these guys aren't killers, right? That's what I'm thinking in my head, like, this is normal, this is legit. Okay. So in my mindset, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is awesome. It's like your own scary movie. I would love to survive my own scary movie. The news had been covering it. Pretty sure Travel Channel did something on it. It was something that like people knew about. It wasn't just like a sketchy guy. So I thought, no red flags clicked. Again, I'm 19, obviously very naive and kind of dumb.
The price of admission, now, you know, sit down, it's expensive. For an 8-hour tour is 4 cans of dog food or 1 bag of dog food or bag of dog treats that we donate to Operation Greyhound.
I just don't get why this guy doesn't make any money off of this. He works at Walmart.
It's already a very sensitive subject that I'm out here doing this stuff.
So, okay.
Yeah, especially if you go to Walmart, because I work there.
Of course I know McKamey Manor. He actually works here. They can break your bones, pull your teeth, shave your head, freeze you.
It ain't really scaring you as much as he's gonna torture you. It's gonna hurt. People go out there with broken bones, broken noses, broken teeth. Their teeth broke out.
So we're just wondering when you're ready to get pizza, and we'll even pay for it.
You must be over the age of 21 to enter, or 18 to 20 with parental permission.
I screen everybody, I really do. I make sure that we don't have any mental issues, and you can't just walk up and say, I want to go in. It's a long process just to get here. It's a golden ticket, and not everybody is going to get through the
So it's like getting on Survivor or one of the reality shows right now, right? It's
yeah,
totally
absolutely.
I didn't have to go see a doctor beforehand. I didn't get drug tested. I didn't have to see a psychiatrist beforehand. He didn't give me a questionnaire to fill out. I didn't see the waiver beforehand.
You gotta be 21 or above. You have to go through a long list of requirements to get in. You have to have a screening by me for an hour. You have to have a letter from your doctor and psychologist, mental and physical. You have to have a background check to get in. You gotta have proof of insurance. You gotta have a drug test before you actually walk through the door. So, you know, I don't think there's any other haunt in the world that takes the precautions compared to what I do. It's pretty crazy.
All of those things that I see in the comments, people saying this and this and this, no, that's not accurate. I had a quick conversation with them. I told them I was afraid of spiders, and then the next day I was headed down to San Diego.
Wow. We screen, folks. Okay, we screen them for sometimes people fall through the cracks that probably shouldn't be here. You gotta have the right mindset and the right mental stability. He wants to be hurt at the Manor and have those kind of things happen. That's just not gonna happen here.
I got a message 20 minutes later saying I'm in.
Nice! The tour operates all year long, but allegedly has a waiting list of over 24,000 people.
I think there were 17,000 people interested in knowing what it was. And I feel like a lot of people did want to do it, but I'm not sure, honestly.
Yeah.
Because I got in 2 days after I sent him a message on Facebook.
Yeah,
so I have a hard time believing if there's a list of 17,000 people
that you would even really
on
see
Facebook.
you.
Yeah. He's going to be like, oh, this random girl on Facebook, like, yeah, she can
There's so many other random girls, yeah.
Right, like, I have a hard time believing that if that were real.
The list is long. As of last year, over 17,000.
Boom, just applied for McKamey Manor. It's probably gonna be about 10 to 20 years until I can go through. Well, I've been accepted, guys. Also, it hasn't been 10 to 20 years. It's literally been like an hour. I don't know how I jumped to the front of the line, but...
That's why I'm so particular on who goes in. We don't want to mess anybody up psychologically after they're done. We don't want to mess anybody up physically. So that's why I'm so particular on who actually goes. It really is a love fest. It's a good thing.
27,000 on the combined waiting list.
I got approved right away. I think after I got interviewed by them, they were like, we'll let you know by tomorrow. They let me know in 20 minutes and they're like, you're approved. Was the 21,000 thing a lie just to get people more stoked about McKamey Manor?
We're probably the most famous haunt in the world.
There's no way 21,000 people signed up if we got approved right away.
There's so many friend requests because that's how I track who's going to go in that I can't even, you know, add them all.
I had like a family thing that I was supposed to go to, and I told him that, and he said that it was a once in a lifetime opportunity, and that there were 17,000 people on the list, and that like, if I don't do it now, I probably will never do it. So in my mind, I was like, oh crap, this is like a big experience, like I should just do it.
We're everywhere right now. Fox News did a story on us, KPBS, a whole bunch of other articles are out there right now.
This is not something where you're going to have a conga line of folks. I do one show a week only, and it is open year-round, and there's a huge waiting list. But those folks, you know, they get scared. Even the folks on the waiting list get scared.
It's a very complicated setup. That's why this haunt is world famous. That's why we went to see what we got, because we're doing illusions that nobody else has even thought of before. It'll be on the long list, which is over 27,000 and waiting, which means realistically you're never going to get in.
I'm trademarked, right?
Like
and even using the word McKamey Manor, I'm trademarked, right?
Oh.
So I don't go after anybody, but
what we were doing was in fact not what was being said it is on social media. It's all about the filming and the editing.
It's all about the film. It's all about getting those magic Kodak moments.
So when I'm dead and gone, my movies will still be out there. People will still be pondering the question, what was real, what wasn't real? What's Russ really like? Is he that dick or is he a nice guy? What's really real about him? Nobody really knows.
Before entering, participants must sign a waiver to rid the property or the staff of any liability if anything were to happen to them. The waiver also makes the participant aware that they are not allowed to leave the tour without the staff's permission, and it is an agreement for them to be subjected to various forms of physical and psychological abuse. Quote, participant understands that they may incur injuries from falling props in the event that they become unstable during the tour. Participant fully understands and agrees that they may come in contact with carbon monoxide poisoning with regard to use of artificial fog. Participant fully understands and agrees that once participant enters McKamey Manor, there is no quitting unless serious physical or psychological injury is present. Participant fully understands that injuries may occur during their tour of McKamey Manor, which may include but not limited to head, neck and back injuries, death, stroke, traumatic brain injury, brain aneurysms, cerebral or retinal hemorrhage, subdural hepatoma, loss of consciousness, whiplash, harmful heart reactions, nausea, headache, dizziness, lacerations, broken or sprained bones, torn ligaments, bleeding wounds, scrapes and or cuts, heat stroke or drowning, and not hold McKamey Manor responsible. Participant fully understands and agrees that being scared, having a panic attack, etc. does not count as a serious injury. Participant fully understands and agrees that their tour may include the use of hypodermic needles, zappers, tasers or dog shot collars. Participant fully understands and agrees that they may be crushed in a pit by various objects. Participant fully understands and agrees that various fluids such as food colouring, grease, theatrical blood or other liquids may be placed in participant's mouth. It is participant's responsibility not to swallow these fluids.
You're supposed to spit out while you drink. Open wide. Swallow.
Participant fully understands and agrees that they may be fish hooked, which may inadvertently cause rippage to the mouth area. Participant fully understands and agrees a nail may pierce their hand. Participant fully understands and agrees that their hand may be smashed with tools. Participant fully understands and agrees that the nails may be removed from their nail beds. Participant fully understands and agrees that medication may be given that induces hallucinations or sedatives given in pill form or by hypodermic at McKamey Manor's discretion. Participant fully understands and agrees that if chosen they may receive a tattoo or piercing. It is the responsibility to care for such tattoo in order not to get hepatitis or other infection. Participant fully understands and agrees that McKamey Manor will use humiliation tactics such as name calling. Participant fully understands and agrees that they may be exposed to extreme temperatures. Participant fully understands and agrees that they may have a plastic bag or plastic wrap on their face which could possibly cause suffocation, blackouts, etc. And participant will not hold McKamey Manor responsible or liable. Participant fully understands and agrees that they may be in an enclosed chamber with live animals which may include mice, rats, roaches, tarantulas, millipedes, centipedes, snakes, spiders, potato bugs, worms, larvae, snails, slugs, grubs, crickets, etc. Participant fully understands and agrees that they may be asked to ingest live bugs. Participant fully understands and agrees that they must divulge all information regarding dentures, contacts, pacemakers, piercings, and that all piercings must be removed to prevent damage to participant. Participant fully understands and agrees that if they are selected to visit the dentist, that they may have a tooth extracted without Novocaine, and will not hold McKamey Manor liable. Participant fully understands and agrees that their teeth may be accidentally chipped, broken or lost, and will not hold McKamey Manor responsible or liable. Participant fully understands and agrees that it is possible that joints, i.e. jaw, shoulder, elbow, wrist, knee, hip, etc. may be accidentally dislocated, and that participant will not hold McKamey Manor responsible. Participant fully understands and agrees that they will be participating in various medieval torture devices, such as knife throwing while strapped to a spinning wheel, shackles, chains, gibbet cage, stocks, the rack, etc. Participant fully understands and agrees that they may be bruised by paintballs. Participant fully understands and agrees that MK Ultra mind control may be used.
We actually hypnotize people. That people know, some people know that now, but if you look at the movies and you'll notice this glare, this blank look in their face, I want you to think about what it's like to be hypnotized, and then maybe some of this will make sense to you on how we do what we do. Does everybody get hypnotized? No, because not everybody can do it. But we have a trained stage hypnotist as part of our crew, and so for all these years, before they get to the haunt, we actually try to put them both under. Doesn't always work.
Participant fully understands and agrees that water torture may be used. End quote.
The waiver is a joke. The entire waiver is a joke.
Participant agrees that they will have their head enclosed in a box of bees, wasps, or other creatures.
The waiver even states that you could be thrown from an airplane.
The waiver that I signed basically said they could push me, they could tie me up, they could cut my hair, they could do stuff like that. And if I died, that it wasn't their fault. Like, there's basically use of like.
But I feel like that if you die, it's not my fault. I feel like that's kind of a general thing.
That's like a basic
anywhere.
waiver.
Like
yeah.
if you're at Disneyland, okay,
exactly.
get her hands on our phone.
Because it's like a base. They have like animatronics too, so flashing lights. So like if I had a seizure or something, it's not. It was like a basic waiver. Yeah. So like the waiver that I signed wasn't anything crazy.
So there was no like, it's not like, because I was reading the one online and it was like you'll be like stabbed with needles and like cooks will be in your skin.
No, that's not the waiver that I signed.
Okay.
I'm not that stupid. If I would have seen that waiver, I would have been like,
I'm not doing this.
Yeah, peace out.
Do you understand what you read? Raise your hand if you do.
I read the waiver. I agree to it. Agreed.
If you read the waiver takes 3 hours to get through, the new one. I mean, literally, it's probably 20 pages, and you're going to go through it line by line, and you're going to read every single stunt that is available inside the manor. You're going to know exactly what you're getting into if you're selected.
You don't care what waiver I signed. It's inhumane. They can't continue to do what they do and get away with it.
We're covering ourselves, and that's why we never had any problems.
You think we're torturing people, and you think we're getting away with stuff because of the waiver? What do you think?
I don't think you're torturing people, but you definitely beat people up, obviously. You say that in the waiver.
We do. We beat them up big time.
Exactly. I'm not saying torturing. I'm saying you beat people up.
I'll be honest with you, man. We do torture people.
See, thank you. There you go.
Absolutely.
He's got this weird kink where he loves this stuff. Like, that's his happy place, is hurting other people.
I used to do it for the love of the haunt, for the love of scaring people, and it just got a little out of control. I think he's sadistic and he's sick, off his knocker. Yeah, he's crazy.
Before I even signed the waiver, before I even touched the waiver, I thought I was done. I did manage to get through that at least. I'm not sure how long I lasted. Maybe an hour. I don't know.
Listen to me. Listen. Am I gonna have a problem with you today at all?
No.
With these little pigtails out of here?
No.
You sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
So, are you gonna sign this thing?
Yes, I'm gonna sign it.
Are you gonna quit mouthing off?
Yep.
Okay, good deal.
They are slamming her head down on that desk. She is still kind of reading the contract, but with all those distractions, like, that's duress. You can't focus on what you're reading. You're not getting a solid, coherent thought through about what you are possibly signing up for. We see this in so many other tours. This is something that Russ does all the time when it comes to the contract signing.
Do you consider yourself a bit sadistic in what you do or not?
Not at all. It's all smoke and mirrors. It's all showbiz. I just consider myself an entertainer, whether I'm singing at a wedding or in a band, playing guitar and singing, or doing a stage play, or I've been in a lot of movies throughout my life. I was a theater arts major in college. I'm just an entertainer, and I love showbiz, and I love putting on the big show. And the haunt enables me to have control of everything, of sets, props, designing, themes, all these special traps that we do, because ours is very trap driven and very much like it's hard to explain, almost like a Saw movie, but it's different. It's bigger even in some ways, and I like it just because it's so much fun to be able to put on this massive show to entertain the folks. And then what I really enjoy is making my little movies. So in a way, I'm a little filmmaker as well.
The whole tour, I granted, it's voluntary. Yeah, I signed up. I did it. I did it for a reason. I did it for money. It's Christmas. Certain individuals that I'd known for a long time were in other groups, just buddies. I didn't know what you did. I'd never seen any of these before. I came out of nowhere. Did anybody not notice I came out of nowhere?
Most haunts you cannot touch, you cannot grab. So I don't mind being called an amateur haunt because that gives me more leeway to do all this great stuff.
I can just see the evil in your eyes as you're saying that.
So for those lucky few that actually get here, you will be amazed.
The tour can last anywhere between 8 to 10 hours, but at the time of making this video, no one has ever been able to survive the full experience. The longest current record holder is someone by the name of Sarah P, who managed to last 6 hours before succumbing to the torment.
If you're a lady going through and you can beat my 45-minute official time, I will mail you a tiara so you can be the little queen of the show until someone else beats your time.
I do hold the current record for the girls. 1 hour and 50 minutes.
Marissa, I beat your time.
No one's come close to the actual full 7 to 8 hours, not even close.
The woman who has the record inside the Manor, and she's beat out military, law enforcement, special warfare. She's beat out everybody. She's an, I don't mean any offense here, but she's an overweight, middle-aged mom of 3, and she lasted longer than anybody. So it doesn't matter about your physical shape, really. It's all about mind. And she had the best mind control of anybody, and she lasted 6 hours. She's outshined the toughest, roughest guys. Her name is Sarah P. You can watch her movie. So how awesome is that, that this unassuming mom that you would think would never make it 5 minutes tore everybody up.
My official time was 45 minutes. I'm totally happy with that. I'm not arguing about the official time at all.
I saw my time was like 44 minutes. That was 44 minutes of complete HELL, and it seemed like hours.
In all the years that we've been putting this show on, not one single person has actually been able to complete the entire 8-hour tour, and only 2 people go in for 8 hours, and that means there's a lot of focus on you. You know, there's no place to hide. It's all about you. You are the star of the movie, and rest assured there will be a movie about you once you go through.
Some have actually claimed that the tour itself lasts only as long as Russ wants it to. If someone could potentially be on the verge of completing it and winning the $20,000 prize money, he will prolong the experience even further, making it impossible to win, though there's no confirmation of this.
He actually thinks he's going to win the money.
It's not easy. Nothing that you're going to be doing is easy. Oh, I'll be the first one. No, you won't. I mean, no one's going to make it.
I can promise you that you will not be injured. You will not be cut up. And knowing that, there's no reason to quit. And you would be $20,000 richer. Who else, Aaron, what other establishment offers 20 grand to take the tour, and your price of admission, Aaron, is 1 bag of dog food?
Employees and people who worked with him, he said he would rather kill someone than let them get to that $20,000.
There's no $20,000 reward. There's no storyline to follow. It's literally just Russ seeing what he can legally get away with. Like, that's it. He's trying to torture people. He's trying to stay just on the line of what's legal.
Russ will never let you win. They even tapped out Ben because their phone was dying.
Russ, my low battery just come on.
On me it did?
Yep, on this phone. I don't know why. So I don't know.
Come on out.
There was no me quitting, which is another reason I get annoyed, because he says that there's not been so many survivors. He doesn't call Heather and I survivors. But we didn't quit. He literally looked at us and said, it's too late. We have to stop, like, the tour.
It's after midnight. We've been here 6 hours. We had to stop several things because those were very, very noisy endeavors. So you lost out on about an hour and a half. But due to the noise, we can't do it.
The money's a lie. There's no $20,000. Russ is broke. He has no money. There's no $20,000.
In addition, Russ will deduct $500 from the prize money for any challenge that the participant fails to complete, or if any profanity is used during the tour.
Did you expect all this?
I thought I was dead. I thought I was dying. I really thought I was fucking... When somebody...
You don't like cussing, Steve.
Don't cuss.
I apologize.
Don't cuss, because he'll come back. He'll come back. The man will come back.
I don't want to come.
Women he doesn't like cussing.
My fucking mind is, my darn mind.
Quit cut. Why you keep cussing?
Excuse
me. Do I need to bring back the man again?
My mind is not right now, sir.
Writing for the Nashville Scene, journalist Megan Sealing wrote, quote, "Here's the thing, there is no $20,000. Nobody has completed the tour by design. No one has made it to the supposed Huntsville portion of the show. McKamey knows what will break people, and after stringing them along, he can simply pull out what's needed to shut down the show when it's ready to end." End quote. Originally, no safe words were allowed, so no matter how much the participants screamed and begged for help or to leave the tour, they were ignored.
I know I tapped out after like 40 something minutes, whatever, but that doesn't mean anything. They keep going.
I want to quit! I want to quit! I want to quit! I can't.
Relax. You know what? You got 5 hours to go. You're taking the sissy tour.
What do you say, Ryan?
Tell everybody I got the sissy tour. Tell them, Steve.
I got the sissy tour.
Louder, louder. Louder.
Throw it up.
I don't care.
I got the sissy tour.
Throw up. I don't care.
I got the sissy tour. I want to quit. I want to quit.
Guess what, Steve? We've just begun. You're fine. You're not going anywhere. Nowhere. You understand me? No.
I want to quit.
You're not going anywhere. You can quit.
Steve, you're not gonna quit.
I said a safe phrase. You know, I couldn't endure anymore for this little outing I was on. that doesn't mean anything. They keep going.
All right.
I'm serious. Like, I can't do that again, man. I'll die. Okay. I swear to God. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Was that just too much for you?
Yeah.
Once you're inside the haunt, once we get to our location, there will be no quitting unless there's a medical emergency.
We did get a safe word, and we got not a safe word. We got one opportunity to get out if we wanted it. So keep that in mind. If you wanted out of the haunt, you had one opportunity.
And when was the opportunity?
It was like an hour in. So if you say no to the one opportunity, that's it.
I want to get out. I'm done.
Tell me you quit.
I quit. I just don't want to be locked in the dark anymore.
This is just the beginning, you understand that, right? There's so many dark places you're gonna go tonight.
There's so many.
So many dark places. Say, please let me out.
Please let me out.
Say it like you mean it.
Please let me out.
Why should I let you out?
He was so satisfied that I was so terrified.
Yeah.
Like I don't even know how to explain how happy he looked to see me so scared.
You want to quit? I'll give you a chance. You want to quit right now? Oh, you're a tough one. You want to go on? Continue on? I like that. She's brave.
Oh, she's very, very.
All right, because she's so brave. Let's let her move on.
And was he like being nice about it? Or
He was, which was weird because
was he being like encouraging? I don't know how to describe it. Like, was he being like encouraging of it, or like encouraging in the sense that he wants to make sure that you're okay, or did he not care?
He didn't care.
Oh, okay.
The reason I said no, part of me was waiting for something. Part of me was waiting for something big to happen, like something really scary where I was like, okay, this is like why I came here. And that never really happened. It was more just like a whole bunch of random stuff.
You know you can't quit, right? We're feeding you like a couple little babies right now.
Yeah.
But we need to, don't we?
No one ever gets this.
Sorry.
It's okay. Is this rougher than you thought?
Yes.
Tell the people right now. They're watching. Tell Vegas right now.
This was entirely.
Look at me.
This is entirely more than I thought it was going to be.
After I said the safe phrase, I was continuously beat, strangled. That's when I was electrocuted.
There is not a safe word. That is a true thing about your haunt, correct?
Maybe. I guess you'll have to come through to find out.
And get out of here.
So you don't want to see the other locations?
No, sir.
Why? Don't you want to see what I have for you?
My body's had enough, sir.
Your body's had enough. When? Cry for me. Go boo. More. More. Cry.
You better cry.
You better cry. Cry.
I can't do anymore.
Don't give me no water.
I can't do anymore.
Cry now?
I can't do anymore. I can't do anymore.
I don't believe you, boy.
I can't.
Your
I
fat
can't.
brother
I
over
can't
here is
feel my
crying
fingers.
like a real.
We're known for no quitting and no safe word.
Though this has supposedly been changed and a safe word system put into place, which means that the participant will be released immediately.
Tell me you're not gonna quit!
I'm not gonna quit.
So the way you get out, it's very simple. There's three ways to get out. I mean, I make it simple because I'm a simple guy and I can't have too many rules, otherwise I'll get confused. So either you actually complete the tour, which is not going to happen, or you mentally or physically are at such a breaking point that it's now not safe for you to continue and I need to take you out.
He is fine. He's fine. He's fine. Lay him down right here.
Let me get him.
Yeah, give him water.
You okay?
Yep.
Car. Ryan.
Taking them both out. You got them both out.
Right here. Ryan.
Okay, lay him down. He's right. He's fine. Lay him down. He's fine. He's fine. He's fine. He's fine. Take out their coats. Take out their coats. You're all right. You're all right. You're okay.
Okay, bud.
Get some water. Everything's good. It's all over now. It's all over. It's all over.
I got pulled from my tour for psychological reasons, so at least I can say that I didn't quit. I didn't mean to quit, but things got crazy in there.
If I feel that you need a safe phrase, I may give you one off camera just so you feel a little bit better and have some warm and fuzzies, and it might take your anxiety level down a little bit. I don't do it all the time. Don't come there expecting to get that, but if I think you need it, which is different than wanted, then I may offer that.
I do not want to continue.
I want you to get to the Manor. Don't quit. We have lots of fun at the Manor.
Say the words! Prove it! Say the words! Say the words. Are you done? Yes. Are you sure?
Say those words. I'm not saying the words, Russ. Well, I'm done then. All right, guys, I'm out of here.
I feel like the actors have to be as messed up as Russ. Because like, why would you ever want to do something like that to someone?
I used to think that too. And honestly, I think it kind of is that way. I don't know how it is anymore. But like, I also see how manipulative Russ is. So I also can't, except for the one actor, I'm not going to pass judgment on anybody just because the way he manipulated me to stick up for him. Like the fact that I was so behind him and like running his YouTube page and managing the Facebook page and all the comments. And he would like, it's just like wild how manipulative he can be.
It wasn't just Russ, but it was the actors too. Russ didn't, ordered them to do what they did to me, but they are adults, they're human beings, and they should have known when enough was enough.
All this way, you've been here for all these hours, and now you're gonna bail? Are you fucking kidding me?
Russ has a safe word. So if you're getting waterboarded and you want to quit, you have to say the safe word. And the safe word is, my name is Danny Burke. I flew all the way from San Diego, California to have Russ McKamey eat my lunch, take my milk money, and just kick my butt. I quit. You should never do this.
You want to say the words? Say it! Say it! Say it! Say it! The mask goes back on. Don't do it! Don't say it! Say it! Don't say it! Shut up. Keep going. You keep going so she can't take it. Keep going. She can take it still. She's still in there. She's good. She's good. Get it back on her. Get the mask back on her. She ain't done. No, I like the way that looks on camera. Get that back on. No. Get it out. Don't you say them damn words. Dude, that was awesome. Get it again.
Russ, I gotta say it. Russ, I gotta say it.
Okay, then if you gotta do it, but you only got a few minutes to go. It's up to you.
When certain time limits were approaching, like they were trying to get me to crack so somebody could win a bet. I'm not exactly sure about that, but I'm pretty sure that's what was going on.
Guys, he'll tell you that you've made 5 minutes through the Manor, but yet he'll have 2.5, 3 hours of footage, and he'll tell you that the majority of that footage is going to be from a waiver.
A lot of what happened to me and things that I experienced are not on the YouTube video. Like, I've watched other people's tours, and their tours are like the entire tour. My tour was not like that. My video is very, very, very edited. Like, I was in there for 6 hours, and you're telling me that my 1 hour that you show on YouTube, it's a non-extreme boo haunt. Like, who keeps someone in a regular haunted house for 6 hours?
Also, the camera wasn't working for a lot of her tour, so a whole lot of it didn't get filmed. But, that happens sometimes.
It's been alleged that the staff would physically assault the participants, often waterboarding them, forcing them to eat and drink unknown substances, bound and gag them, and proceed to beat and drug them. Some have claimed they were forcefully given tattoos, locked in freezers, and had their fingernails removed, raising the question of how any of this can remain legal, even with the signed waiver in place. However, District Attorney Brent Cooper claimed that it was perfectly lawful, as the people were subjecting themselves to the abuse voluntarily and were able to withdraw their consent at any point during the tour. In 2016, Laura Hertz-Brotherton paid a visit to the Manor, but despite using her safe word several times over the course of several minutes, the employees continued the torture and abuse until eventually stopping. Laura was taken to hospital where she was treated for extensive injuries.
Hey everyone, this is Laura Brotherton coming to you live from my hotel room after I just entered the McKamey Manor chamber. Wow. As you can see by the way I look, my lips, this is no joke. It's no laughing matter.
Just kept hitting me
beating me, tasering me, waterboarding me, punching me in my face over and over and over again. I was legitimately tortured.
I called out the actors a little bit and said there were certain things I didn't think they could do. Just logically thinking through it, there's certain things I didn't think they could do. These guys are really smart, really good at what they do, and determined as hell. They will find a way to do the things you think they can't do.
I passed out. I haven't even showered or... I don't think this is coming off. I might just have to shave my head anyway. I'm still shaky. That happened? Oh my gosh.
I got another makeover today, the official McKamey Manor makeover. I just gonna keep this short. It's actually hard to talk. As you can see, my lips are severely swollen. A little swollenness of the cheek. New haircut. Looks like I got a little gash on my forehead.
I was stepping out of the van and I just got pushed down. This is kind of where it was getting kind of real that this was gonna be an extreme haunt, because they were aggressive for no reason. Yeah. And again, I'm chill with it. I'm okay, I did sign up for this, survive your own scary movie.
Yeah, you're I did say they could push
okay, this is what I'm here for. And a lot of it was just pushing and shoving. A lot of what was cut out of the video was kind of just the unnecessarily rough stuff that happened, and then a good amount of the water torture was cut out as well. A lot of people said, why was it cut out? I genuinely don't know, but I was in there for 6 hours and my video is an hour long.
Those actors are so good. This really wasn't nearly as physical, especially the chamber, but it didn't need to be as physical because it was just so mental. It's really cerebral, and they just got in my head so bad and on a whole different level. I was really, I don't want to say surprised, but in awe, I guess, of how they got in my head and really messed with me.
The McKamey Manor is no joke. It's something it sounds good. You know, you sign up for it. You want to do it. You want to experience it. You get excited. You get a little nervous. But when you actually do it, and when the actors first get a hold of you, you immediately regret your decision. It's instant regret. My cousin's a lawyer here in San Diego, and immediately after the tour ended, I went straight to his house. He took photos of me head to toe, took photos of my beautiful new makeover. All right, this is 36 hours after.
I thought my tour was over, but Russ decided that he would pick me up this morning again, because he wanted some more freaking footage.
Lots of violence. It was definitely degradation from physical violence. There was no scary, ghosty kind of thing. It was only physical intimidation.
We're having all these things happen to us, and Russ kept going in and out of these moments of being really creepy and then being really sweet. So when Heather and I were eating things, I talk about it more, I think, in my last video. There was a moment where he gave us a slice of pizza, and we were having a real conversation with him. And then he'd snap right back, and we'd be moving on to the next room or something like that.
They're really good, really talented people, if you can call this kind of screwed up shit a talent.
You want to get out, Sandy?
Yes, please.
You tell me right now on the camera you want to get out.
I want to get out.
Say it louder.
I want to get out, please. I'm done. I want to get out, please.
Get those hands up. Why are you crying? Why are you crying?
Because I'm a big pussy, Russ.
Yeah.
What are you doing? You guys are fucking freaking me out. Yeah. Sorry, sir.
I think it's because you're useless.
Because we're ugly pussy bitches.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I want to shoot you.
What is this language?
I'm sorry.
Hold it in! I'm tired of you throwing up in my room. You understand? Get your arms up higher! This is nothing. Aren't you glad you came in, Steve? Get your head. I'm talking to you, Steve. Aren't you glad you're here, Steve? Aren't you glad it's only gone 4.5 hours? Aren't you glad? Aren't you glad, Ryan?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
You will get broken. I don't care who you are. You can be the toughest, roughest guy there is, and we've had them all come through, and everybody comes out crying. And just as long as you know that going in, you'll have a good time.
There's gonna be a lot more of that. A lot more. The manor is pure water.
I'm down for whatever you want to give me next.
I can't wait for chainsaws and drills.
It's more like an Indiana Jones ride on steroids. Don't be that guy that goes too far. You know, we all know our limitations, right? So you get to your limitations like, man, if I go any further, I'm gonna seriously hurt myself.
My nose was severely sprained. My left foot was fractured. I was straw fed with liquids and food because I couldn't open my mouth.
It was saying I quit, for real. I quit. Russ, no, I'm done. I'm done. I quit. And he just kept shoveling dirt on me more and more and more.
I quit. You don't quit. There's no quitting. There is no quitting, Chris. Russ, I don't want no more. Russ, I'm done. Relax. You're not done. Russ, I quit. There's no quitting. Russ, ooh, look at there.
And telling me, no, I didn't quit.
There's no quitting, Chris. Russ, please.
That was technically illegal. I signed a thing that said that when I was done, when I said the safe word, it would end, right? It didn't end for me.
Even though I very much did not want to be there anymore, I thought, you know, am I going to be the first one to actually die at McKamey Manor?
Before I even showed up, he was talking about how my tour was going to be live streamed to these people that were watching in Vegas. And the people in Vegas could determine, they could pay to like have things happen to us. So like some deep web, like weird type of situation.
They are a group of fans who have paid money to watch you two go through this haunt. They will be telling us what they want to see happen to you.
See, we here at McKamey Manor love to see people suffer.
I'm a little shaken up, so I'm having a hard time bringing myself to come to words. My face hurts pretty bad. I can't tell if my nose is broken, but you can see my lips. My tattoo got torn. My knee, if you can see it. This is so intense. Oh God.
You know, my big thing was needles. They got me real good with those. Real scary. Really scary.
They hurt really bad. And so I don't care what Russ thinks. He said like it wouldn't be nearly as physical. Yeah. You tell that to all these bruises. Ow. I'm just covered in, oh my gosh.
It's all for real. There's not one bit of make-believe that transpires through the entire event.
There were going to be contraptions and things that I was going to go through, like going into a giant oven, and the oven was going to be turned on, and I was going to have to find a way to get out. Also, that I was going to be upside down in a water tank where eels, what are the Manor eels, something like that, were going to be swimming around my head, and I had to figure out a way out.
They spit in my face. I got choked. My hair was pulled.
I don't care how much you watch or learn. It is not enough to prepare you for this. I don't even think that thing online ever happened.
I mean, did you ever actually do a haunted house?
His knee cleaned up a little bit after my tour in the chamber. Man, I'm still processing what just happened. What they do to you in there is extremely scary. It's way worse than the movies.
It's terrifying. It's so hard. I can't really explain what I went through, but let me tell you, it was crazy.
What did we tell you about smiling, Gabby?
Oh, no, you go in there. Sit. Stay. Sit back. Head down. If you break my freezer, I will break your face. And then I will break every bone in your body and then stop your heart.
I will gladly take you in the water. Do you understand?
Yes, I understand.
I will gladly take your little ass in the water. I will gladly take your ass in the water. Read the fucking contract, you hear me?
Yell that you want out and you might get out. Yell it loud. Louder! Oh, she is very loud. Scream it loud. I want your voice to hurt. Louder! You want out? Oh, are you crying? I think she was crying. Oh, beautiful tears, yes. Oh, look at this. Look at the camera. Look at camera.
I've been feasting, gathering all my strength for you. You want me to eat her so you can go home to your family? Heather, answer me.
Yeah?
You want me to eat her? That's not very nice, Gabby. You think that's very nice of her? Would you rather I eat her? No? That's a selfless act for a person you don't even know.
In my other shows, I tried not to fight back too much. But this time, you know, I was just so freaked out and, you know, had my adrenaline up so much.
Boy, is that different. I've seen all the videos. I sat down, laid with my head down, and I've listened to every video in its entirety. I've been through so much of it. There's nothing you can do to prepare. It's that simple. It's been said before, and I will say it again right here. Russ, please, Russ, I know. Oh my God, I know. He has my key.
I know that at one point I was in a straitjacket. I had chains around my neck. I was in water, and I had like this much air to breathe, and then there was also like a something on top of me,
like a
crate,
like you couldn't go up.
I couldn't get up. Like I was trapped in the water. So like I was laying flat on my back. There was water, and there was something on top of me, so I couldn't get out of it. While also in a straitjacket with chains on my neck.
Can you get the chain off my neck? I can't breathe.
Oh, what pretty hair you have.
It was the combination of a long, well-planned attack. If you want to call it an attack, I don't know what you want to call it. I don't care what you call it. It was the combination to finally bring Mr. Happy-Go-Lucky Russ and his little robotic actors and all you little lemmings down while you guys follow him and do what you do. It's just sickening. The fact that you guys get off the personal suffering of others. Look at this. This is what you guys enjoy.
I was in a cage that was in a kiddie pool, and I was laid on my back and my hands were zip tied to the cage. I had duct tape over my mouth, a cloth ski mask over my mouth, headphones over my ears, and more tape, or there was like goggles or something so I couldn't see. And at random intervals while I was on my back in this kiddie pool in water, I wasn't completely submerged.
May I?
Do I really have a choice?
Not whatsoever.
And what?
Why
Don't close your mouth. Don't let it.
Oh.
You're gonna know that if you're selected to go to the barbershop, that you're gonna come back with no hair and no eyebrows. You know, you're going to be put inside of a watery plexiglass 8-foot container with live California moray eels, 4 of them. you're going to come into contact with those guys. You're going to be buried alive under 12 feet of ground, and you're going to dig yourself out of a coffin with a lot of weight on top of you, and you'll have to get through that ground to get to the top. You're going to experience these things, so you have to know that. And if you're okay with all that, then you're the kind of person we want to see here, because that's what's going to happen to you.
I'm still my dad.
No! Tell me you went out of the coffin, I'll let you go.
I went out of the coffin.
Louder.
I went out of the coffin.
Louder.
I went out of the coffin.
Louder.
I went out of the coffin. Why are you crying? I don't like the dark.
Guess what's gonna happen right now? Bye-bye.
You're not going to break us. You're not going to win. It's geared for failure. Trust me on that. You know, but it's a lot of fun. It really is.
Was that fun?
No.
What just happened?
No.
Once you barf, once you vomit, once you upchuck, it's all over. Otherwise, you're going to stay here until you do.
If you go to my YouTube channel, we have over 34 million views. That's a lot of views for this little mom and pop scenario. And that's because of these films I make. So I really enjoy making the movies and letting people experience the Manor to some degree without actually going in, because again, it's not for everybody. So I am the opposite of what people think. You know, they probably think that someone that does what I do, it must be really crazy or, you know, enjoy seeing people suffer, and it's not at all. I enjoy getting those magic moments. I enjoy, as a filmmaker, when I put somebody through the haunt, I'm directing it in my mind. They are my star. They are my actress that day. So I'm thinking about, you know, the edit, the shot, the angle. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for those magic moments when I go, yeah, that's it. That's the shot I need for this particular moment. So I think in a very cinematic mode as they go through the haunt. So that's where my brain is at.
Spit fake blood into my mouth. Just like really weird stuff. Like nothing that's like, oh, this is a haunted house. It's more just like, this is like someone's weird fantasy.
Now we all know there's nothing sexual, there's nothing inappropriate. That's always been how it is.
One thing is, the thing that offends me most of all is that people confuse us with other extreme haunts. In the sense that most extreme haunts, Blackout and Freakling Brothers and other, you know, there's a lot of them out there, they are hypersexual. That's what they're famous for. It's nothing but sex, you know, simulating rape and really horrible things. And anyone that knows me knows I'm like a big time advocate for anything against that type of thing, as most people are. And I'm very protective to make sure that nothing like that we're associated with in any way, shape, or form. We are totally non-sexual. There's no innuendos. Nobody's whispering crude things in your ears. There's no religion anywhere. There's no satanic stuff anywhere. I'm not here to offend anybody, and I'm surely not here to put somebody through a sexual simulation of a bad scenario when in real life, too many people, we all know people who have been hurt in that way, or ourselves have been hurt, or you know somebody, and we know that it destroys lives, it kills lives, it takes away innocence. So why would you ever want to simulate those types of situations for entertainment?
Shh, don't make any quick motions. Don't make any quick motions.
Please don't. Please don't.
Don't make any quick motions.
Look
at Mary. Look at her.
Isn't she pretty?
Please. Look at her. Look at her.
Please don't.
But it's an awful lot of fun. I mean, you know, just think about all of you folks out there who have scared somebody, walked up behind them and went boo, and what enjoyment you get. You giggle about it, it's fun. Well, imagine that on a level of about 10,000 degrees more, and that's how much fun we're having. We're smiling inside when this is all going on, and the audience loves it too, after they're out.
I think he just does this to, just show people like, oh, you're weak. You're not even strong enough to make it to McKamey Manor. That's where most of the people just tap out, is just at the exercises part.
I'm not gonna shut up. You're done. You're done. He's pulling me out because this is easy. You're done. See, that's what he does. He doesn't let you get to the manor.
I mean, why would I want to hurt?
Well, dude, you want to know my bucket list?
Yeah,
you want to know my bucket list?
No, I get that.
I want a pro boxer to punch me in the face. That's what I want to do for a video. I think it'd be legendary.
I'm not here to hurt you.
The contract says you're going to hurt me.
The participant is going to get hurt in one form or another. Example, cuts, bruises, possible broken bones, black eyes, rope burns, exhaustion, dehydration, possible death.
I just want to be scared. That's it.
The biggest thing about the manor is common sense. Is I need you to have really good common sense and make good, sound decisions.
Will you pepper spray me right now? Can I keep going?
I don't want to pepper spray.
Well, that sounds fun too.
Yeah, but I don't want to pepper spray. I don't want to just...
Okay, what about you put hot sauce in my butt?
Oh my God.
Steve-O's my idol. That's what he does.
I don't want to see your butt, first off.
Well, you want to look.
And I don't want to put hot sauce there.
Okay, can I put hot sauce in my eye?
No. Danny, listen to what you're saying, my friend.
It's just fun stuff. I don't know what I'm trying to get scared, but this is all stuff I've done before. It's fun.
Okay, nice.
I was trying to be a part of Jackass. That's what I want. So I wanted to like do something else. So I was like, what's something they haven't done? I don't think any of the Jackass guys have done that McKamey Manor.
The job here isn't to hurt you, to make you bleed.
Like it.
Well, then this isn't where you belong. If that's what you like, I mean,
too crazy. Dude, it's so fun. It's so fun. You should do it. You got to do a Stellan, man. It's so fun. Except for the 3rd-degree burns, but other than that, it's fun.
I mean, are you glad you did the 3rd-degree burn?
My girlfriend that I just ended with, she got me out of my depression from it, so I think that was supposed to happen to me and my girlfriend. So yes, I think everything happens for a reason. But this is more like, it's funny though. Where's the scary?
That comes later on. It's like, do you not hear?
Nobody's gonna tell you.
Contract not real then? Cause
yeah, it's real, but it's later on.
But you read it and you see all these traps and stuff.
I'm done talking about it.
Because there was stuff in the contract that didn't...
We're just going to go ahead and stop the show. I'm going to give you your deposit back. I'm not going to take any money from you. I'm not going to take your dog food. Nothing.
I think it's more fun than crazy, so it's kind of like an Indiana Jones ride on steroids. 200-yard underwater swim to an underwater haunted house.
I was going to be buried alive, 12 feet under the ground, and I need to figure out a way out.
I tried to fight back. I tried to run away. But there's a whole mob of those actors, and I don't think you can get away from them. I don't think you want to try either. They made me regret me trying to run away. Yeah, they sure did.
The title of my video on YouTube is Non-Extreme Boob Haunt. Yeah. I was tortured and pushed around for 6 hours, and he severely edited my video, which is like another thing because I get a lot of like people that tell me that I'm faking it because it's labeled as a non-extreme haunt, and it's like, no. And it wasn't even like live your own scary movie. It was just like unnecessarily rough stuff. Like I would be walking and all of a sudden I had my face slammed against the wall. Like I left there with a gash in my forehead. I had a headache for days. Like I left bruised. Like I was covered in bruises. My body hurt like from my haunted house. And then it got worse after me. Like, it just progressively got worse. Me and my partner were the guinea pigs. I have a message that says we were his, like, science experiment, little project. Once we went through the tour, she wanted zero involvement with it. She wasn't involved in any other haunt. She had no communication with Russ, which is why Russ reached out to me because he said he was worried about Heather because she was not responding to his messages.
I'm covered in bruises. I'm still, I don't know. What am I supposed to say? I guess I'm okay. I'm alive. And I'm here to try to do a proper exit interview. I don't know how I'm gonna, go outside or go back home or anything. Like, I'm still so wound up about it all.
Hi, this is Beth Accomando, and I just emerged from McKamey Manor. I wanted to do a story on it, and Russ McKamey said I could come out there if I allowed him to blindfold me and to drive me out to the secret location. I thought once I was at the secret location, I would just get to sit down and do some interviews, but I had to go through what they called the Sissy Tour. And even though it was the Sissy Tour, I had some pretty creepy, disgusting, and scary things happen. So be watching for my story on KPBS.
At one point in time during the haunt, he would ask Heather or I like, well, who's this gonna happen to? But then he would only ask Heather, and she would always pick me if it was something, because of course she didn't want to do it. So I just remember being separated from her a lot and like being put in water.
Guess what, Gabby? She threw you under the bus again.
I know.
That's like 6 times.
I just don't want to be in the dark again.
We're gonna lock you in a coffin now, because we know how much you like being in the dark.
Better her suffer than you, right? Better for her to be miserable and hurt than you.
Did you say that, Heather?
I don't let her lie to you.
Did she say that?
She's been over here just nodding her head. She said she'd asked her why send poor Gabby into that coffin.
Poor Gabby.
I didn't want to get in the casket.
What if we make Gabby eat it first?
That's a good idea.
Oh, you own the bus station. You own all the buses and the station itself.
You need to make a serious decision here.
She can do it.
Congratulations. Just face your greatest fear.
The idea that, because if I go back, the idea of these people amping it up even more than what I went through, that's terrifying. I know they're capable of it, but I don't know if that's something human beings should go through.
One of the first thing they did is, right after they blindfolded me with the duct tape around my eyes, is somebody gave me a shot in the arm. As soon as I mentioned that, he took me straight down to the hospital, had my blood drawn for testing.
Guys, he will stuff you in a freezer full of water upside down until you tap. I don't care who you are, how badass you are. You get dunked enough times upside down in a freezer full of water, and you're gonna tap.
I'm gonna put you through so much mental and physical pain and anguish, and I'm gonna be smiling the entire time. They say I'm a psychopath. Maybe I am. I think I am.
You're gonna get roughed up. It's gonna be painful. It's gonna be mean. And I wouldn't say it's less painful, but they just find ways to hurt you without leaving those same kind of marks. They have all new concepts, all new tricks up their sleeve, and they're real mean. They're kind of dangerous, but I'm just, here I am alive. I'm just gonna assume that they're good and they did their safety stuff, but I'm not sure how they pulled some of that stuff off. I'm really not.
This is a pile of twigs that was pulled out of my hair, and honestly, I already feel some more. So, and that's not even, I can't even.
As I'm being buried underground, there was going to be a way for me to get out. Like there was going to be a light, and I had to figure out like some kind of combination to open the door, like the latch for me to get out.
Everyone's experience is very different. He personalized the haunted house.
Okay,
So-
I saw a question about that. Like, did they use your biggest fear against you? So like, he obviously would have to like give you a questionnaire or something?
Yeah,
Like,
he
how
knew
did
that
he
I was
know?
afraid of spiders, and
Okay.
that's why he put the spider on my face. Like, that was the biggest fear that he used against me.
Make it off a little bit. Open your eyes. Just take a deep breath. This is a breather time here. What do you see?
A list.
A list. What's it say?
Things that scare you.
Trust me, it does really happen, and that's the fascinating thing about it. But it happens in a very safe, loving environment. It really is a loving scenario. All of our actors, we do it for the right reasons. We're not there to hurt anybody. We're not there to cause people torment.
She's over here hurting because you don't know.
If you're smart, you're going to go, I'm not going to do that. That's crazy. So most people will not even attempt it. So the ones that actually do, those guys are some, and gals, and the girls for sure are much stronger than the guys. The girls for sure man up to take the tour and last longer than the guys by far. It's not even close. And that's really fascinating as well, that the women do so much better. And it's not easier for them at all. It's, we don't go light on you. I don't care who you are. So
we made a special agreement with Heather and Gabby to go very, very easy on these two girls. So that's what we did.
And if you watch my movies, one thing that I always make sure I do is eventually I will do a follow-on interview to see how they're doing, and I'll ask them all the questions like, were you forced to go here? Were you actually tortured? Could you really not leave if you wanted to? All the things that people think are about McKamey Manor, I let them answer the questions in their own words, and I think if you watch the response, you'll see that it's a positive thing for them, and they're really glad they took the tour, and it wasn't anything negative like people try to make it out to be. And that's the magic of it. You know, it's, again, smoke and mirrors.
All right, man. It's all over. Just a mind game, Val. Just a mind game. We have to do nothing, man. Just keep it nice and quiet.
I'm gonna get you out of this water now. We're gonna do some very light, entertaining things, okay?
But I think that, like, after my haunt, his thought process just became like, how close can I get to the line without actually crossing it?
Yeah.
As far as like, what can I do to people before they start to have like a real bad reaction? People left with broken bones, broken noses. And these are like the tours just directly after mine. So right after my tour, he was like getting even more aggressive with people.
Yeah.
And I thought that what I went through was aggressive. It took me like a lot to process.
Mhm.
And again, it took me 5 years until now to really grasp how messed up the situation was. It wasn't a haunted house. It was just like a weird way for Russ to have like control over people.
I saw what was definitely a broken nose. We've seen broken ribs, bruised ribs. This one gentleman popped a blood vessel in his eyeball, and his eyeball was red.
It's definitely a different scenario when you go through, obviously. You know, we're actors, we're performers, but don't get me wrong, even though I'm the nicest guy in the world, you're gonna hate me while you're in there, because we will break you. I don't care who you are, how much you cry, we will break you down to your core, and you will find out what you're all about one way or another. You're either gonna be a tough hombre, or you're gonna be a pile of goo and a weakling, but you're gonna find out some truths about you after you get done with the Manor, either for better or for worse, and hopefully it's for better.
It is extremely tough. They are brutal.
We were put into the back of the van.
Did it hurt?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was like they were pretty rough. Like it started like.
They pull out all sorts of things that you can't prepare for, even if you knew about them. And trust me, you don't know about them. They haven't appeared in any of Russ's films so far.
Another man lost consciousness in an ice locker and was convinced that his mother, his deceased mother, visited him and brought him back.
One of the actors popped out and he choked me, slammed me on top of the freezer. There's a picture of that actually. I'll put the picture right here. But he slammed me on the freezer, was screaming at me, choking me. Like, it's like everything that I remember is in like flashes. Like I can remember a flash of it, but I don't remember the full moment. I don't know if that makes sense.
Just watch the movies and watch how these people end up. You'll see individuals literally in shock. You'll see them mumbling to themselves, not knowing what date it is, not knowing who the president is. You're gonna see all of this. So it's smoke and mirrors, correct, but at the same time, it's 1000% real.
These guys are just sitting there shaking, quivering. They don't even know their names at one point. And after, you know, they calm down and everything's good, they're in love with you.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's like these people are going through the craziest experience of their life, freaked out, begging to quit, and then at the end of it all, then they're coming back telling you how much they love you after you just, you know, put them through hell.
Yep. Don't know what the fuck I did to deserve this shit. The fuck? Why do I keep leaning back and forth?
Oh, get your legs up. Put your legs up. Put your legs up. All the way out. All the way out.
Fuck!
Fucking cry. Cry.
The me at 550 that I was, I wish I could grab and shake. I want to shake her until her teeth fall out and her eyes fall out and roll across the floor. She's stupid. She needs to get her crap and go home. She should have gotten her crap and gone home. She should have listened. It was stupid. She did it anyway. Story of my life.
My room is still a disaster. I think I can clean it up if I can just get my stuff together.
I hope that I will recover from, but inside of me and in my soul, I don't think I ever will, unless I see Russ McKamey in prison for the rest of his life. And I'd also like to see the actors that did this to me also pay the penalty of what they did.
I was bedridden for 2 weeks on antibiotics.
You had like 2 different painkillers,
steroid shots.
It's entertainment. You're not going to get hurt, at least not on purpose. You're going to get cuts and bruises and sprains, maybe even a broken bone. You know, it can happen. That's in the waiver. but it's never intentional, but it's physical.
So there's a combination of real blood, but the real blood is their blood, and then there's, of course, the theatrical blood. So, yeah, you know, and then they're saying that we're brainwashing people. I mean, there's some crazy stuff out there. It just cracks me up. But, yeah, you're safe and sound.
He's a sick individual. He's a very sick individual. And what's really scary is that you think you can trust people.
What the fuck just happened?
Just watch any of my films and you'll see people just really shook up.
I'll put a lot of work into this, okay? I want to make a good movie with you, right?
You guys do it.
2 minutes. You can get to the manor.
Man, I don't know if anyone ever is gonna...
Put your hand right in the camera lens.
Hands right here.
I will kill you if you do that.
Gotcha.
I'm the one that got physically abused.
When they went through, they were crying like babies after 20 minutes. After 20 minutes, they were done. And we were able to keep them going. And the one other individual, the other brother, Steve, I mean, he literally thought he died. So he felt that he saw his dead mother because he passed out several times.
I'm probably going to be scarred for life as far as what they did to my face. It's not just Russ is going to go down. All his little actors, all his little colorful actors, green, brown, white, black, the ladies. You're the one carrying out his commands. You're the little mindless followers that do whatever he says to do.
But they did pour buckets of water over my face at intervals that I obviously couldn't see, couldn't hear, couldn't anticipate. And I'm pretty sure that's waterboarding. So that was not fun. I definitely panicked. It was not a good time. They dropped me on some plexiglass at one point, and I am a big lady. So I broke the plexiglass and it cut me on my leg.
I'm not sure I want to come back. That may have been my McKamey Manor fix for a lifetime.
An actor grabbed the side of my cheek and ripped my face over. I had fingers down my throat. They spit in my face.
I know they drugged me. They put me in the back of a van. They submerged me in ice cold water. They forced my head under the water to the point of drowning. They beat me endlessly upon the face. I got rope burn on my mouth. I was electrocuted. I was forced to eat and drink who knows what. I don't even know. A lot of it's foggy. I don't even know. I don't know.
I remember my drive home, because I drove home that night.
Yeah.
I got home at like 4 a.m. I was just like silent. I didn't listen to music. I remember just being like numb in a sense. I just kind of
like, wait, did that really just happen?
Yeah, I was just trying to figure out everything that literally just happened to me.
Constantly suffocation. They constantly do this, try to knock you out. At one point, I was in a chokehold until, you know, it's whatever.
You don't want to do this. I quit right away.
For all of you that really want to do this, trust me, you don't. You do not want to do this.
I was just like starting to feel better too. Alright, guess what, assholes? You really don't want to fucking do this.
I don't want to do this haunt. And I know Beth doesn't want to do the real haunt. I mean, in my tagline, and I'm 1000% real, is you really don't want to do this. And I'm dead serious. So I will tell each person 1,000,000 times, don't take the tour. You really don't understand what it's all about. So those ones that ignore my warnings, those guys and gals are just some really awesome adrenaline junkies. I mean, really unique people that can't get scared anyplace else. They're looking for a thrill. They're bungee jumpers and skydivers and scuba divers, all the things that, I mean, I like that stuff too, to a degree, but they're just a really interesting crowd. They're like MMA fighters, and they're big tough bikers with, you know, big tattoos and beards, and a lot of law enforcement come through, a lot of military. We got a lot of military.
Don't do this. This is insane. This is absolute craziness that, you know, people, you really shouldn't do this. Nobody should do this. But that being said, I'm the kind of screwed up person.
Russ tells you 1,000,000 times during the waiver signing portion that you really don't want to do it. As you can see, I don't know too many people who would really want this to happen to them.
Very scary! Very scary! Oh, you don't come in with good clothes.
Don't give me good calls. Very, very good. I'm not gonna sleep for weeks.
I thought people would be able to get through, but they can't.
I implore you, do not do this. Do not come here. Stop whatever it is you planned. Cancel it. Let it go. It is not worth it.
Nobody should fucking do this. Yeah. Nobody should do this. I just died. I just died, dude.
Are you okay?
I don't know.
You really don't want to do this.
I can't do it anymore. I can't do it anymore. That thing right there, I'm never gonna be the same again. How are y'all so sure that someone can handle it?
You really don't want to do this. Listen to me. You can look at me and see. You don't want to do this.
Also, being nice to the actors. You know, you want to try to suck up and be sweet. That's not going to help you either. So I recommend, you know, go ahead and talk your trash. If you're the crazy person who's going to go through this, screw it. Just do it.
This is not a joke. No. Okay, then do it. Do it. You're gonna get messed up. It messed me up. My throat's all messed up right now. It's messed me up. And the fact that the quiet one has my room key right now really scares me.
If this is what you want, then go ahead, sign up for the Manor. But I promise you, you really don't want to do it. You really don't want to do it.
Nobody should be here. Why? You guys have lost your damn minds.
Talk to me.
I don't.
All these people who hate me and write all these crazy death threats and bomb threats, and we're gonna, you know, I get some nutty thing on a daily basis, but it's really because of me. I'm the puppet master to what they think about the Manor, because they only think and know what I've ever showed them and how I spin it. So I am in total control of all the haters as well. They don't know that, but yeah, I'm kind of pushing their buttons too.
The last time we talked, I told you that things were just too crazy and that we'd have to kind of tone things down. And we did. But we're going to have to tone things down a lot more. We just have to. So all you folks out there who think you want this challenge, you may be upset with me, but trust me, I'm doing you a big favor.
I would love to be able to actually talk some of you people out of doing this, because this is crazy. This is really crazy. If you haven't done this before and you have any qualms about, you know, getting your hair cut or having people get real personal, don't do this.
If you're watching this, don't do this. Please don't do this.
For any lucky future contestants, you know, there might be a bonus show. You're just not safe while you're in California.
Do you recommend other people to come here?
Absolutely not.
You laughing?
Absolutely not.
You better not be laughing.
Is there anything you watch on YouTube that can prepare you for this?
No. Nothing can prepare you for this.
Just don't do this.
Thought I was gonna teach y'all a lesson, but I learned a lesson tonight.
Don't ever come here.
The videos won't help you, and you don't know what you're walking into here. It's nasty. Really nasty. A lot of things I ate, I'm not sure if the humans are supposed to eat those. I mean, I guess I'm okay now.
Tell them to stay away. I try to tell them, don't I? I try to tell you, didn't I?
You did. I should have listened to you. I'm sorry.
I said, don't come here. You don't want to do this, right?
You're right.
But you wouldn't listen to me, would you?
No.
And now you're paying for it.
So I'm sorry for all you folks out there who think you want this. You really don't. I mean, you really don't understand.
You guys don't want to come here. You guys don't want to sorry,
That's
you
okay.
guys don't want to come here.
Yeah.
I just lost all sense of reality right now.
Why? Is that scary here?
Like, I just lost all sense of reality. I don't know where I'm at.
Nothing you see on YouTube is going to prepare you for what actually takes place in here and just how extreme it really is.
If you're that special person then you will have the most fun ever. It'll be just a gold ticket in your life. I can promise you that. And you'll have a movie made of you and for the whole world to see, and the grandkids and everybody else down the, they're all going to see what Mom and Dad did.
You don't want to do this. There really isn't any shame in backing out to protect yourself. So maybe you should just go ahead and do that.
Guess what? You didn't even make it to the manor.
You haven't done anything yet.
I know, I can't do it.
You haven't done anything.
You missed everything.
You're too weak to even make it in the door here.
You haven't hit anything.
I'm starting to think it's just like a big ruse. It doesn't exist.
Can you tell me where you are right now?
He's okay.
What's it called?
No, where's the place called?
I don't want you to know where you're at.
Russ,
What's it called?
Where you are right now?
Russ.
Yeah, you got it.
Where are you?
What's the name of the hunt?
What's the name of the hunt?
Yep. What's the name of the hunt?
What's the name of the hunt? McKamey Manor?
You got it. Give a round of applause.
We don't want to hurt anybody. No. I want you to leave here with good memories.
Yeah.
He put earmuffs on me, he blindfolded me, and then he chained my hands to the truck, and then he drove me. He said we're gonna drive on site, and basically all we did was circle in his yard. And I was in grass at first, and I guess because I wasn't letting go, he was like, I'm gonna basically make him let it go. And he drove through the gravel.
We pride ourselves on making sure that people are safe.
Safety is our number one thing here. We don't want anybody getting hurt.
But it's a very safe way to have a very realistic survival horror experience, something that's almost like a boot camp, but horror related. So it's very unique, and it's not for everybody.
Are there cuts and bruises? Yeah, sometimes. But sometimes it seems like all the time. Yeah, well, I'm trying to be nice about it. So
Safety is paramount. You got a good safety track record. I'm not here to put hot sauce in his eyes. I'm not here to pepper spray his eyes or put hot sauce in his butt. Are you serious, really? Are we on purpose trying to harm you just to get footage? No.
It's not a haunt. It's personal to Ross. He likes to see people in pain. That's what he likes.
Just his facial expressions, you can tell that the guy's just getting off on the shit.
No, we're not trying to harm you. We're trying to give you a fun, entertaining experience.
Quote, I was waterboarded, I was tased, I was whipped. I still have scars of everything they did to me. I was repeatedly hit in my face over and over and over again. Like open-handed, as hard as a man could hit a woman in the face. End quote.
What? Stay with it. Stay with it. Stay with it.
Yes, sir.
You got it?
Yes.
You got it?
Yes, sir.
Not gonna punch somebody in the face as hard as we can.
Don't quit.
Yes, sir.
You understand me?
Yes.
Say that.
I'm the weakest piece of shit you've ever seen, Russ.
Not gonna make you eat poop or drink pee.
Don't understand none of his expectations.
Ross told me that the only way that I would ever be able to go through a tour is I drink my own urine, or B, I'm done. Yes, I did really drink my own pee.
What is that?
Shit.
Yeah, do you smell that? Smell it. Smell good? Put your head in there.
You peed in a cup right now and said drink, I would drink it, no problem. It's easy.
But that's not what this is.
Yeah.
Because law enforcement would shut me down in 2 seconds.
When the tour was originally at McKamey's own property in California, the police were even called at one point after a neighbor saw a woman being dragged from a van screaming. County Commissioner Scott Frank stated, quote, staged or not, this is simply something that none of us want anywhere near us, end quote. And supposedly this is the very reason that the Manor House had to be relocated to Tennessee.
Somebody saw us on the bleachers with a camera, and what happened? Well, they called the police. So you don't see that in the film, but yes, they came out one more time to see what the heck we were doing at the park, at the pickup zone at 12:45 a.m. So, that's why I normally call the police before we actually do a pickup.
Maybe the first couple of years it was a little weird, and a little, oh my gosh, is that someone really screaming? But till 10 o'clock at night, you watch TV, you just sort of get used to it and just go with the flow.
If the police say anything to you, if they stop you while we're getting you suited down, okay, what are you going to tell them?
It was just a game.
Just a game, right? This is not reality, is it?
No.
Something you wanted to do.
I wanted to do
It's a very real possibility. They may come up to you and ask what's going on. All right.
Let's go to this breaking news alert right now. The Tennessee Attorney General raising serious concerns about an infamous haunted house attraction.
Tennessee's Attorney General is investigating McKamey Manor.
This week, Tennessee Attorney General Jonathan Skrmetti sent a letter to Russ McKamey. Now, Skrmetti's letter draws out concerns about the manor and its practices. Now, Skrmetti goes on to say his office will be sending McKamey a formal request for documents and information to, quote, answer the numerous questions they have about the business practices of the manor and whether these practices violate consumer protection laws.
So we'll let you know what happens with the AG's investigation.
More than 18,000 people signing a change.org petition to have McKamey Manor closed.
Some people are calling one Tennessee Halloween attraction a, quote, torture chamber.
Thousands have signed a petition to shut down McKamey Manor in Summertown, Tennessee.
This is why we have to stop. Okay? We have to do this.
McKamey Manor has a history of cities and towns not wanting us in their location. You know, we were kicked out of Illinois. We were going to move out there. The city saw the movies after we were there, basically, and freaked out, and they were, you know, they just went crazy, you know, praying in front of the building to keep us away, shooting out the windows, slashing tires. I mean, they really did not want us there. When, again, in reality, we're not what they think we are. And then New York, we had a contract to do a show in New York last year, and the city commissioner saw that and said, you're not coming here, that's not going to work. And then the last one was Arizona. We were all set to open up full-time out there. And I had to run test shows for the city. I had to have the city officials and law enforcement do test shows. And after the test shows, guess what happened? They said, no, you're not going to come here as well. So now we're back in San Diego with the chamber.
He actually went to the police directly after the haunt and put assault charges on it. Now, nothing happened with it because of the fact that we have all this footage, and without going into great detail, I showed the footage to the proper people, and they're like, yeah, you're fine. Without that, just think, if I didn't have the footage and the waiver, he said, you would have been in jail.
They're going to send you part 1 of the contract, which has the non-disclosure.
Participant understands that they violate this agreement, that they agrees to pay Russ McKamey Manor $50,000 as damages.
We got one of them taken down. Report his video. So yeah, definitely report it.
I signed an NDA, and I can't really talk about a lot of shit. I just can't say too much.
You don't need this shit. Is this some little fucking game I'm playing here? Am I playing a fucking game with everybody? You make sure that word gets out. This ain't no fucking joke. You got it?
They just haven't caught me yet. They haven't caught me. I'm not afraid of them. I love to inflict pain on certain individuals. There's no stopping me. There's no stopping the torture king.
I can tell you we're not going across the border anymore. Last year we used to take people across the border, so you'd be tied up in the back of a trunk. We'd pay the federales to do a mock capture of you in the trunk. We would take you and ourselves would go to an interrogation site, and we would be interrogated for 90 minutes, and then we would escape that room, and then we'd go across to TJ into a warehouse that we had and to continue the show.
It does look like that. And thank you, because that's a testament to hopefully my filmmaking, because you know, it's all about how I shoot it and how I edit it. So you're seeing what I want you to see. But believe me on this, these guys, even though they're in shock and it looks like they've just gone through, you know, heck, and they have, but they're loving every step of the way, you know, all of it.
These are the kind of things we do that make it so realistic that people freak out. And I don't show this stuff in my movies because I'm not going to show all the goodies. I'm going to show the silly stuff that I don't care that people see.
Do you have people freaking out because of the scary saw, which in reality is just plastic? Or these scary snakes, which are also just plastic? Or this contraption, which is literally just a chair. The only other part of the haunted house is this water tank, these cages, and a bunch of Halloween props just taking up space in the backyard. He just kept doing random things to me to try and like make me give up or something. Like, for example, he would like hold power tools in front of my face. Like, what the heck are these crazy haunted house entrance strategies?
It's very make-believe. It's all
just a big horror movie.
It's a big horror movie. It's just a big play, man. We're just putting on the biggest play.
But no one makes it. So that's what I'm sitting here going, let's see, it's a big play, but no one makes it through. So
that's because their body gives out. So, you know, either they give up mentally or their body, and usually it's the body, because you just can't go 8 hours. You got to be in some big time crazy shape to go 8 hours of the kind of stuff that we're doing.
I'm addicted to putting on a show. I mean, I really do like to make people, feel things, whether it be, fright or laughter or whatever. It's really fun to do something that people respond to one way or another. Either they hate it, they love it, and that's what's kind of addicting, is finding out what people think about your work. And I'm lucky enough that people can give me that feedback based upon the actual show, and they can give me that feedback based upon my movies. And I really like that. I like the fact of knowing that when I'm dead and gone, the McKamey Manor legend will still be probably out there because of my movies, and will be that haunt that people still talk about, because it's almost like an urban legend. People don't believe that it really happens.
On October the 12th, 2023, a documentary regarding McKamey Manor aired on Hulu, which led to Russ himself filing a lawsuit against them and a former participant, Justin Yeris, who took part in the doc. Quote, "I was advised not to talk about the lawsuit, but I can say that Russ and McKamey Manor have been abusing people and scamming people for years now, and I will do what I legally can to make sure people know the truth and to try and prevent more people from becoming victims." End quote. In the documentary, Yeris exposed private emails from Russ himself, as well as the infamous waiver. However, McKamey actually considered this leak to be an invasion of privacy, and sued Hulu and Yeris for revealing this to the public. McKamey's attorney Davis Griffin stated, quote, "It's bad enough that Mr. McKamey's email account was hacked and his most personal emails published on the internet by an individual with some sort of grudge, but it is beyond comprehension how sophisticated parties like Hulu and North of Now could possibly think that publishing those same hacked emails to over 48 million people was lawful. Imagine that happening to you. Hulu and North of Now also somehow thought they could feature Mr. McKamey in a central role in their movie without his permission. My best guess is they thought Mr. McKamey would not do anything about it, which was a mistake." End quote.
I want everybody to have a good fun time here, and it's not fun for them if they're just going out of their mind to the point of where they can't even finish. I decided to retire this one particular prop that we designed that everybody is having a lot of difficulty going through. I mean, it's just chewing people up and spitting them out. It's a killer idea. It's really good, but people can't handle it. Nobody can handle it. It just absolutely destroys them.
It was on October the 31st, 2023, when McKamey Manor began to fall under investigation regarding its business practices. Tennessee Attorney General and reporter Jonathan Skrmetti believed that it violates the state's consumer protection laws. Convinced that the safe word and withdrawn consent mid-tour weren't being honoured, they weren't providing people access to the waiver beforehand, and the inability for contestants to actually win the supposed prize money was also being investigated.
Holly pretty much squeezed the life out of her, which is pretty entertaining to see.
This is too much. I can't do it. Please, Russ, please.
Don't you quit. You haven't done anything yet. Toughen your ass up right now.
Come on, I told you if there's a medical emergency, I'll let you go.
I want to quit.
No, we're not there yet. There's no medical emergency yet. No.
I can't feel my fingers.
Just keep moving it.
I can't feel my fingers. I feel like I can't stand up again.
You know the rules. I don't let them out unless there's something, medically or psychologically going on, and that was the case.
I'm gonna give you one more try.
I can't do
One
it.
more try.
I broke.
Shut up, fucking little baby. You're a fucking little piece of shit baby. You got that? Huh?
They've received it all, and they shrug it off every time. There is something weird going on with that sheriff's department and that police department. I don't know how to explain it other than Russ has got some literal friends in high places. Like, I'm telling you, there is some kind of corruption going on.
I want this man to be in prison. Unfortunately, this Detective Shepard was on Russ's payroll, and anyone that went through McKamey Manor and got hurt, that went to the police, dealt with Detective Shepard, made sure that we all were quiet.
Participants weren't granted access to the waiver beforehand, meaning that they can travel great distances from across the country or even the world to participate in this tour before being told about the safety precautions, often leaving them pressured to sign it anyway.
I can do that with you now, whatever I want to do, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good deal. Did you sign it?
Yes, I signed it. This is in customer.
You got that right there. Just hang on to that right there. You got it? You got it? Okay, keep reading. Come on, keep reading.
Products or services and customer or supplier parties to which this agreement for that purpose.
Look that up, please. Look it up. Get that off my contract.
Applied in the confidential information granted to the receiving party hereunder.
Faster. Read faster.
Ownership and title to the confidential.
And in Russ's head, he really thinks that he's safe by that contract. So the distractions, yes, I think he is doing it because he knows how idiotic this 40-page waiver is.
Signed by the party against.
Right in there. I'm going to dump your head in there. I'm going to drown you.
When asked if anyone has ever completed the tour and won the cash, Russ stated, quote, "Of course not, and they never will, because it's so mentally and physically challenging. But it will be the most exciting thing you've ever done," end quote. When discussing the waiver, participants have defended their actions in signing it, claiming that they felt pressured to do it due to the excitement and adrenaline. One claimed, quote, "I had too much excitement going through my veins at the time. If the waiver would have said that a man is going to come out of the woods and murder you during this event, I would have signed it," end quote. Jonathan Scramelli stated, quote, "You have someone tied up and bound and gagged and they give the safe word. If you don't release them at that point, then you are potentially looking at kidnapping for having them confined like that against their will," end quote.
Stay right there. Fucking stay. Talk to Holly. Talk to Holly, you piece of garbage. You're not even at the fucking Manor. You're not even doing the fucking crazy stuff. This is the fun stuff.
Russ McKamey has repeatedly denied the allegations that what they are doing is abuse. Quote, "They say McKamey Manor tortures people. Give me a break," end quote. Even later tweeting regarding the investigation, quote, "Haters gonna hate," end quote.
We torture them, and I'll tell you this, I'm okay with this. We've had 3 people die at McKamey Manor, and you know, that's the way it happens. That's why I told you have to be careful and listen to directions. I don't want anybody else dying there. We've had 3 people die who didn't follow directions.
We'll be doing an underwater swim to 200-yard underwater haunted house.
There's 80 different activities that we can do inside the real Manor. There is danger involved, so I need you really to pay attention. You might end up getting hurt or killed. And I'm telling you, one person has died here. That individual drowned inside of a stunt called Spectrum. And you will be doing that particular stunt that she passed away on. You will be doing it. It's called Spectrum. And you'll be doing it. It's a 200-yard underwater swim through an underwater haunted house.
Whoa.
When I put you in these different situations, you've got to be successful.
Despite the aforementioned injuries, Russ even stated, quote, "Nobody's ever been injured. Ever. Nobody's ever had any lawsuits, ever. I mean, there was a heart attack once, but that person's okay now. People can get bumps, bruises, sprains and cuts, but you can die at Disneyland too," end quote. Despite Russ's claims that someone suffered a heart attack during the tour, the details of this have never been discovered.
So he kind of started attacking the Manor on stage a little bit and saying all the crazy accusations that you hear online about us being sued and you know, that people dying and people are going to get killed here eventually, all the junk that we all hear. So I kind of stood up for us, obviously, and called him out a little bit, and it got kind of heated.
On the Manor's own website, it's also stated that the actors will touch the participants, but they are unable to defend themselves and touch them in return. Despite this, many have come forward to detail the abuse that they suffered inside the Manor. Some even claiming to have been sexually assaulted.
I worked from like 2012 to like 2014 when I was 13 to 15 at the time. And there was an older actor who took advantage of me and groomed and molested me. That went on for, I don't know, a year. And it went on under the owner's noses for a while. The owners noticed and called the police, and The investigation was started. I got counseling. That man was put in jail.
I have lots of thoughts on Russ McKamey. If someone spoke out against him in any way, whether it be just on Facebook or in the Facebook group, he would send people to attack this person on Facebook. He would actually like screenshot their post or their profile or their comment or whatever it was that made him upset. He would post it on his personal page and tag them in it and then encourage people in the comments to just like bully this person essentially. He would send me screenshots of people that were like talking crap on McKamey Manor. He'd be like, could you go comment on this post and defend me? Da 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 da.
From your real one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He would, he wanted me to monitor his YouTube and delete all of the negative comments. He would literally blow my Facebook message up. Like I could just like let you look through the messages, but it was like every single day, like this person's talking bad about me. Go say something to them. Like go defend me.
Russ McKamey, we appreciate having you
Awesome
in here.
job, stud,
like I said, man, you are an awesome guy. Everybody who goes through your haunt comes out saying the same thing. Now that I get to meet you in person, I can attest it's 100% true. This guy's awesome. Might be a little twisted. Might be a little crazy, but Russ, you are a good dude and I appreciate you coming on the show.
If you knew me in person, you'd think I was the nicest guy in the world, but that's not what you're gonna see on the internet. And but again, that's all part of it.
Russ has said things that caused my ex to not let me see my child for a while. Russ has said some things that caused me to lose a job.
Fuck you, Russ. You know, all it was lies. I was gonna be sued. The waiver, the NDA, everything was fake.
My name is Susan Kaplan, and in May of 2019, I was a 32-year-old single mother working as a client manager for a research and development company. My separated husband and I had 50-50 custody of my then 11-year-old son. He told me that there was an opening that very weekend and that I should book a flight to be on the show. I was very excited for the thrill and for the opportunity, and I said, well, to hell with it. Why not? Things did become a little flirtatious, but I was open to it, enjoying it even, and I was anticipating not just going to the manor, but I was also really excited to meet Russ McKamey himself.
I'm not gonna be quiet anymore. I was quiet for a long time and I'm done. I want to heal, and the only way I can is when I know that these monsters and what they did to me pay for what they did. I don't want revenge. I just want justice. I want this man to be in prison. I think that all of these people should be taken down. I think the FBI should be involved.
I feel like he's very manipulative and he lies. And again, I just feel like this is some sort of legal way that he has found to live off his like sick, twisted fantasies.
Russ is by far one of the most manipulative men, even human being that I've ever come across.
In only a month after meeting, we were very much infatuated with each other. I thought I was falling in love. He claimed to be in love. I was making an effort to see him every other weekend when I did not have my son, despite the distance. To let you know, I'm on the East Coast, right outside of Washington, D.C., and he's in Midwest in Tennessee. So whether it was flying or driving, I was there as much as I could be. He was extremely charming, very charismatic. I would even describe him as being chivalrous in the beginning.
You're done this time, Russ. All you little freaks, all your little lemming followers. It's like a little cult.
That's what I'm telling this man. It's very dangerous.
For whatever reason, this whole thing made Russ like way too happy. It seemed like he was just having the time of his life.
I'm sorry for ever meeting you, Russ. You're a good guy, man, but I wish I never met you.
I'm a good guy, though. I'm really I'm a
All
good
of you,
guy.
but I wish I never met any of you.
Questioned him one time, and it's just like a switch flipped, and that was fucking it. I was public enemy number one. I was fucking humiliated and harassed.
Started asking questions, and that's what Russ does not want. If you start asking any kind of questions at all, Russ gets so fucking offended and he gets pissed. It's just like a cult, just like a fucking cult.
Start bleeding, I'll start putting it on my face and eating it. Like, I'll do anything to make you bleed. But that's fun. Okay, but that's not... Dude, that's so fun. Then you're not the right person for here. Because we're not here to make you bleed. We're not here to hurt you.
He would ask me to do a lot of things that I wasn't comfortable with, and with some odd explanations as to why. At this point, he had also confessed some of his own struggles, which I'm not going to reveal here because that's personal to him.
I don't want you guys to know that I was sexually hurt and that it destroys my life every day to this day. I'm still not over it. I'm still that person when he was.
I'm right here, baby. You're great. You're being I'm
still that person. I lost my childhood, and it's never come back.
I'm right here, baby. I'm right here.
Thank you, honey. It's just so damaging. I'm an old guy now, but I'm stuck. I'm stuck way back in 1972, and it's destroyed my life.
He made me change my clothes multiple times when I was getting dressed on many occasions because his mind wasn't in the right place when I put on a shirt. I'm a vegetarian. One time we were at a buffet and he told me I had to eat a bite of meat or he would turn into sand, which is bizarre. But I refused and told him I felt he was disrespecting my lifestyle, and he started crying, saying I did not love him. He made me pick his teeth with my nails in a public parking lot and got angry when I went to wash my hands afterwards. And he, on many occasions, wanted to chew food and make me eat it from his mouth. I did not want to, and I never did this, but every time he got upset at me for it. During Manor activities and stunts, if there was something I did not want to do, he would tell me that if I did not do it, that I did not love him or trust him. There were many times where I obliged him uncomfortably and he would just laugh. Things like laying in the grass with a ski mask on my face, getting sprayed with water over and over, or submerging into cold water over and over. And in one particular activity, I confessed that I was actually afraid of dying. And he laughed and said that if I died, at least I would be on camera.
False advertised. If you're doing the craziest haunted house, I want to be like scared right away and going saying the safe word. That was stuff I can do in San Diego. Where's the scary? The Wasp thing is like my specialty. So, one of your fans want to see the Wasp stuff? Like, if you took me to one of the stuff in the contract, like I've done that. That's fun. Okay. So if can I do the Wasp thing? No.
Yeah. Fuck you, Russ.
The man told me specifically that he has PTSD, and the only time the voices go quiet in his head is when he's doing a show or when he's watching a show.
Because it's hell. It's hell for me every day. It never gets better. And do you realize the only time I have any peace is when I'm entertaining? The only time I have any peace at all in my head is when I'm doing shows, when I'm doing the haunt. I just like to entertain. When I'm singing, when I'm in a band, when I'm doing weddings, that's the only time I ever have any peace. Otherwise, it's constant turmoil in my brain, and I don't wish that upon anybody.
That's why when someone drops out, he is so fucking desperate to fill that slot.
Russ sent me like, hey, this girl backed out. We need to figure out why she's not coming to the tour, blah, 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 blah. He like harassed her so much that like a friend of hers contacted Russ and was like, she was in a car accident. Like, you need to leave her alone.
Sometimes he would tell me that he had inappropriate thoughts about kids, and he couldn't help it. He would ask me to tell him that it was okay, or that nothing means nothing. His descriptions at first were really vague, and then slowly as time went by, became much more explicit. And in August of 2019 is when he started to talk about some of these thoughts involving my son.
These neighbors, who asked not to be identified, said they're afraid to let their 7-year-old daughter outside anymore.
They just need to relax because this is a show. They're like saying, but kids are right there, kids are watching it. No, they're not.
But we see our dad watching videos on YouTube of it.
We are no longer in any way, shape, or form affiliated with McKamey Manor.
I don't want to be anywhere near that. I don't want to be a part of it. It's not safe. And I told the police everything, and there's one police officer that believed me. What Russ McKamey is, when I was doing the haunt with him, he would tell me his sick, there were images but I think they were fantasies. He would tell me his sick fantasies that he has with kids, with children. He's a passive file.
Sexually, he was rougher than he'd ever been with me, leaving clear marks and bruises. He was also calling his other girlfriend daily while he was with me at my place, and I was supposed to say it was okay. He kept talking about sexual fantasies about kids. I was supposed to say it was okay. My son came up in these fantasies time and time again, and I was supposed to say it was okay. One of the nights he was with me, we were supposed to go to dinner with my son together. And I realized in that moment, I couldn't stand the idea of him meeting my son and looking at him with all the things that he'd said over and over, asking for my reassurance every time. I went to dinner with my son and left Russ behind at my apartment. I think it's then I finally realized how fucked up all of this was.
He would go to Walmart while I was there shopping, and he would just be looking at kids in like in dresses and skirts, girls, boys, teenagers. The reason his children don't like him, like his boy, his son, is probably he hurt his kid. He probably molested his kid. Then I saw pictures of him they took of his boy, and his boy was fully clothed, but it was weird. Like the child would just pose in like a very sexual manner, like show his bottom to the camera. I was like, what the fuck is this? He has a weapon, and he threatened violence against me. He said that he saw himself shooting me with his gun, and I was like, oh shit. I was like, I gotta get out of here. That was back in Tennessee, but it's disgusting.
I don't think that Russ knows how to take responsibility. In his world, in his mind, he is always the victim.
It's never too late to get assistance, and we all have our emotional scars, and we've all been damaged.
It's one thing to have mental illness and have disturbing thoughts, but it is entirely another to explicitly express inappropriate thoughts about children, especially to a mother, where you include her child in those statements. Mental illness is very personal, and people that deal with it need to get the appropriate professional care.
I want her to get better. I don't want her to be like me. Damn it.
Instead of being honest with his doctors, Russ was taking out his worst, most nightmarish, dreadful thoughts on me. And I know I am not the only one that he's done this to. And when and if Russ hears this, he will feel that I have betrayed his trust. And this is not the case.
I know, and thank God I have you, but I'm very broken. And I've been broken ever since I've been 12 years old. And my sister was hurt so badly. My son was hurt so badly. I was hurt. And it's just destroyed my life, and all I do is I just try to carry on.
I told the police officer, listen, you need to watch this man. There are children in Summertown, and you need to keep an eye on him because he goes after children. He looks at children in a sexual manner. He's a predator.
Before Russ put the cameras on, Russ did threaten me and tell me that I needed to say all these amazing things about McKamey Manor. Russ did threaten me of $50,000.
Do you now, or have you ever felt threatened in any way?
Absolutely not. Nope. No way.
Russ made me see how exhilarating my tour was.
This was one of the most exhilarating experiences of my life. I will never forget it.
I had a blast. You know, not really while I was in there, but in retrospect, I'm not sure how that works. But I liked the experience a lot. It was amazing. This was my best and favorite tour ever. You know, and I've done this a little while now.
A lot of people think that McKamey Manor is just torture. That's not correct.
What do you think about the haters and the low information crowd, specifically the Tennessee location, who continue to make uneducated and
informed comments regarding McKamey Manor and Russ McKamey himself. I don't really know that much about the haters. I don't know. Maybe I'll have to look them up.
It was awesome. I'm really glad I did this.
It was the most epic thing I've ever gone through. And I worked at multiple haunted houses between Kansas and like Colorado.
At the time, I was naive, and I don't think I fully, because people were really upset about this haunted house, and I could not understand why people thought that it was so bad. I was like, I did it, and I'm alive. Yeah. But I didn't fully understand that this wasn't a haunted house. Like, that's not why this was a thing. Yeah. This was Russ's way of having power. And again, I didn't understand that when I was younger. Yeah. So I was like, I'm gonna, like, this guy that runs a super cool haunted house that's doing something different. Hadn't processed it, didn't really understand what had just happened. Again, 6 hours. I don't know how to explain how I was feeling. Even when it was positive and me saying this was a good experience, it was people just like so negative and telling me that I was like so dumb to do it. So like the only, I think, psychological or any type of emotional things I deal with are just that. Like people thinking that my story is not valid, or that I didn't do the real thing, or I put myself in this situation so I deserved it. And it took me going back and looking through all of the Facebook groups and reading all of the messages, because I still have access to them, to kind of click in my brain that what was happening was not normal. This wasn't a professional haunted house. This wasn't an extreme haunt. This was Russ McKamey using this as an outlet to get his fantasies, to do what he wants to do to people, to have this power over people, which is not okay. I have such a hard time just articulating what I went through, and I know that the people after me, like 100%, I know that it was worse. I am friends with people on Facebook that went through the haunt, that said they loved it, that have now said that it's something that they wish they wouldn't have done, or it's an experience that now they look back on it and they're saying, oh, that wasn't okay. So it's not just me having this moment, it's multiple people who have gone through the haunt. It's the manipulation that started before and during and after the haunt.
I just want to say, Russ, Carol, Lindsay, Beth, Ryan, Mike, Christopher, Mr. Green, Mr. White, all of you so much that I love you dearly. And I so appreciate you allowing me this opportunity to get out what I needed to get out of this.
Props to the actors, and you guys did a great job. Thanks, Russ.
Thank you for the amazing show. You guys are absolutely nuts. What's wrong with you?
It's definitely something I think everybody should try at least once. It was just an amazing experience.
Were you entertained when you were here?
Extremely entertained.
If you really want to see all the new stuff, come on down. Don't be afraid of us. It's family fun.
I love McKamey Manor. And even though you've been mean to me, Russ has given me an amazing opportunity.
I'm really embarrassed that Russ kind of broke me. So humiliated that I broke like that. Now everybody else knows that I broke under torture.
Allegations of you beating Carol. Everyone is saying that I'm protecting a woman beater.
You think I hit women? Stay with it. Stay with it. Stay with it.
Yes.
You got it?
There is no indications ever that this man has abused Holly.
I love the haunted house. I recommend that everyone should try it.
I feel really guilty about making a video telling people to do it.
Being lied to was honestly the worst. Being manipulated was the worst.
He uses people till he uses them up, till he's destroyed their friendships, then he runs them in the ground.
I want nobody to sensationalize McKamey Manor. It is not a safe place. It is not a good place. The owners are despicable people. The only thing that they did for me was call the cops on my perpetrator. After that, it was all victim blaming. The worst times of my life.
I just don't want the mystery and the magic to go away. So they want to see more of the behind the scenes of what we do and have that incorporated in the show. And I'm not willing to do that. It's not worth it. I don't care if I got rich off of it or the publicity. To me, it's more important to keep the secrecy alive in the mystery. That's what has people freaked out. That's why they hate me or they love me, because they do not understand. They don't know what's really happening. They only know what I show them. I'm not going to give away all my secrets. Like people say, why don't you show a whole tour? I'll never show a whole tour because I want people to know, I want people to come here and be shocked and surprised. I'm not going to give away my magic. That'd be crazy. But we're doing a lot of crazy things that you can only imagine. I will never show you.
I know on your YouTube stuff, you do some investigative work and this and that. Are you trying to do that with the Manor? Are you trying to, you know, get dirt on the Manor? Are you trying to do some kind of a investigative deal on McKamey Manor?
So no.
I just want to make sure we're on the same page because, like, you'll be signing a big old NDA, a non-disclosure.
Yeah.
It's crazy stuff, but I will never, ever show it. That's going to be a secret till the day I die.
Unfortunately, though, again, I can't show you much, just little pieces here and there.
Once I'm dead, I'll have somebody release all the really good footage. Fill in yourself with what I want to show you and only what I want to show. I don't want to get in trouble.
I heard there was a hard drive out there with things on there that Russ doesn't want you to see. I mean, all his secrets would be on there, I would say. Like, everything that he doesn't want the public to see. So I would say that would absolutely destroy him.
Russ does not want leaked what's on that hard drive.
So if it does exist and you guys are able to get that thing, I think you guys would have like a nuke in your hands that could crush Russ, but I would watch because he's going to end up sending all his cultists after you guys.
It's not something to take lightly. The stuff that is on there is not okay. It's 2 terabytes of shit that should put somebody on fucking death row if it was up to me. Anything that's going to get that guy shackled and chained is on that hard drive.
We got a hold of a secret hard drive that shows the real messed up stuff that Russ McKamey is doing to people, where there's actual victims out there.
But the photos on Russ's hard drive show that all of these stunts are photoshopped. So Russ is using these stunts as a cover for what's really going on.
Got some footage that I'm not really pleased that they got a hold of, some things that I've been trying to keep a secret.
Stuff that I can't show.
We're going to hold on to that chain. We're going to go for a little ride. We're going to have to go about half a mile. This is very simple. We need to get you to another area of Zone A. Can you do that? Legs up, Rex. Keep your legs up. Keep your legs up.
Red was drugged behind the truck. That never should have happened. Russ McKamey did not like Red, and he went out of his way to hurt him. That fucked Red up. Red was a bad son of a bitch. Russ McKamey did not like Red, and he went out of his way to hurt him. That is not what a tour is about.
Just let you know the tour time has not started yet. We're just getting to the zone. Once we get to the zone and the first stunt, that's when your tour starts. You're just getting someplace. You're just walking. I'm just happen to be taking you a little bit quicker, that's all. You understand that? You're not doing anything. What are you doing? Tell me what you're doing right now.
I mean, I'm getting dragged around by a goddamn chain. If you wanted me to walk, I could have fucking walked.
Hang on. Let me try to help you out. Brett, I'm making a turn. I'm telling you right now, I'm making a turn. I'm going to go over gravel right now. Go over a dirt road. Don't you let go. Don't let go. Keep your legs up. You're the one right close.
God damn it!
He's still on. He's still on. He's hurt.
Still on. He's hurt.
Fuck!
Hold on. What's going on? What's happening right now?
Fuck!
Use your words. Talk to me.
God damn it! Oh, fuck! God fucking damn it, my knee! Ah!
You're mad right now, aren't you?
Yeah.
Who you mad at? Who you mad at?
Who the fuck you think I'm mad at? Fuck!
Are you okay? Do you need to quit? Do you need to quit? You need to quit.
You gotta be quiet. You gotta be quiet. You gotta be quiet. Just say the word.
Fuck you! You fucking son of a bitch! Ah! God damn it!
This is just to cool you off. Trying to help you out. Come on, get up, man. Get up. Okay. We're gonna have a little talk, okay? Come in here, let's have a little talk. They didn't do shit, did they? Because you didn't last but 5 minutes. You understand that, right? Yeah. It ate you alive and we didn't do anything. You do understand that this is easy right now. I mean, you know that, right? You've seen the movies, you know we didn't do anything, right? Yeah. I'm glad you tapped out now because it just would have got worse. Trust me on that one there. Would have got really worse.
Start screaming right now. Start screaming. Scream.
Russ has also claimed to be working on a 17-hour video series revealing the truth about the attraction. But the vast majority of the internet have come to the conclusion that the Manor needs to be avoided. But as far as why people still, every day, continue to sign a waiver to endure this kind of treatment will only leave the rest of the world forever seeking answers.